Good evening. Today I'm going to discuss about the course project for CS6304 Modeling and Simulation. First part of the activity is to create a matrix, test the element, and find the results using Scilab. So, number one is create a 5 by 5 matrix named ModSim using random integers of up to 100. So first, I'm gonna open the Scilab. So, requirement was create a 5 by 5 matrix named ModSim. So, ModSim is equal to random integers of 100. So, I'm gonna use Grand because Grand as a more random generate number than 5 by 5 matrix. So I will use UIN for the type of number integer, then 1 random to 100. So now we have our ModSim. So I want to display my variable. So now we have the random 5 by 5 ModSim matrix. Now, number 2, test the elements if have less than 60. So, the create another variable less than 60. No, I didn't say anything, so I create my own variable less than 60 is equal to mod sim less than 60. So, I'll display the variable. So it's display the boolean what numbers are less than 60. So true, as you can see from the numbers up there, what are the less than 60. So 13 is less than 60, 92 is greater than 60, that's why it's false. This is the matrix for the less than 60. Then third problem is find for the elements on each column that are less than 60. Extract the elements per column. So first, I will loop on the elements. I will use column data for my variable. So extracting the elements. So now, on each column, it extracted all the numbers that are less than 60. Then, number 4, test if elements of ModSim have greater than 28. So, same. So displaying the so now same as number 3, find the elements, loop on it, then check if it what are the greater than 28. So mod sim call sorry, for call, so I need to loop passing to the filtered testing to the 28 displaying new line values displaying error for sorry for call is equal to 1 5 As you can see, it will display all the elements that are greater than 28. So that's it for the activity 1. Now, activity 2, discuss briefly what we have learned for modeling and simulation. So, I will have created a PowerPoint presentation for the course. So, first, the course is discussing about modeling and simulation. So, what is the course about? So, modeling and simulation. So, modeling is a process of creating and analyzing a digital or mathematical representation. So, that's the model. Then, simulation is the simulating, meaning testing or experimenting scenarios based on the model. So, modeling involves building an abstract or simplified version of a system. So, like weather pattern, factory, traffic network. Then simulation is experimenting and processing, running tests on those model. So using that we can simulate different expected result based from the different scenario. So we have a different kinds of type of model. So we have the continuous model, discrete model, and hybrid model. So discrete model represents system where changes occur smoothly over time. So common use in physics, engineering, and fluid dynamics. So Like for example, temperature change in a metal rod over time. So that's the continuous model. Then discrete models represent systems that change at specific points in time. So often used in queuing system, so scheduling or digital circuits. So sample of this is a simulation of customers arriving in a bank and being served. So uh, is a change in a specific point in time. Then hybrid model is a combination of continuous and discrete. So example of this is a thermostat system that continuously measure temperature and switches the heater on and on. So continuous is the measured temperature, then the switch heater and on is the discrete. So we also have the simulation technique. So discrete event simulation and time-driven simulation. So discrete event simulates a system where state change occur at a discrete point in time. So triggered by events. So like I said, sample is the arrival of customer or a completion of tasks. So time jumps from one event to the next, not continuous. So the time-driven one is a time step simulation. The simulation advances in fixed time interval. So at each time, the system state is updated. So whether or not an event has occurred. So time-driven, so on a specific time, the state will change or uh, the system will be updated through time, while the previous one is a discrete event, so a completion of tasks. So there's no time there, or there's no specific fixed time, while the other one is time-driven one. So next one, what I've learned is the source of errors. So we have the machine, computational, and algorithmic. So what's the machine error? So machine error happens when the limitation in hardware, so such as finite precision in representing numbers. So floating point rounding errors. Then computational error are arising due to numerical calculation. So then algorithmic errors, mistakes in the logic or design so of the simulation model. So for example, you created the model but your algorithm inside is wrong, so an error will occur on the simulation because of the logic that you created is wrong, so it's algorithmic error. So machine, computational, and algorithmic. So error propagation, so small errors can accumulate and grow over time in a simulation. So especially in a long running simulation, so it will compile up and pile up, so error propagation. So maybe this will lead to unreliable and misleading result. So if you not check, so better to fix the error before it compiles a lot. So methods in to mitigate errors, so use high precision data type or algorithm. So apply error checking, like I said. So check, apply validation, verification on the model. Then compare simulation result with real world data or analytical solutions. So that's about the error. Next is the distributed simulation. So we have different architecture. So centralized versus serverless. So centralized is a simulation component communicate through a central control or server. So easier to manage but can become a bottleneck or single point of failure. So serverless is a component communicate directly with each other. So more scalable and fault tolerant but requires more complex coordination. So synchronization challenge in distributed simulations, components operate in parallel. Challenge ensuring that all events are processed in the correct time order. So out of sync simulation can lead to incorrect result or inconsistencies. So local causality constraints. So, a key role in distributed simulation states that a component must not process an event that occurs in the future relative to its local simulation time. So the what do we where do we apply the modeling and simulation? Basically, it's everywhere around us. So you can create a model and simulate of our transportation system, telecommunication network, defense and military training, and war gaming scenarios. So this course helps us uh, create model, then simulate scenarios. So, uh, in order to fix issues. So, that's it for the course CS6304 Modeling and Simulation. I thank you.